Disappointed!
Actually, I'm not disappointed, TD, in you at all. I'm disappointed that sound alerts told me that the alerts weren't working, but they are. And now I tested it, and now I know that they work just fine. TD, I'm here, I never clicked a link so fast. You have never clicked a link that fast in your life. Even the vaccination sign-up forms things when it went live, did you have that problem as well? We had that issue here that basically you could sign up to get a vaccination appointment, but they just released it like in one go, all the appointments in one go. So if it was basically, you had to be first, kind of. Also, I think the music is too loud. Yeesh. Let's go to like 12%. How are you, TD? For those of you watching who don't know who TD is, I'm very surprised, but TD is basically my #1 fan. And T. Drayson has built a website called maddywho.com where you can test out different permutations of my username. And how's everyone else on this fine Monday evening or morning or afternoon or middle of the night? I don't know what time it is for you. Time zones, things. Hello, Ian. I'm glad that sound alerts are working. I just tested it before as well, even though sound alerts was telling me they weren't working. Monday Hype Zero Thim, welcome in. Thank you for joining as well. I do have a few names, Steffi. That is true. Maddie, few names. Caps is okay. Caps is no problem, Ian. I feel the hype. It's okay. I feel the hype. Things are. Why does users in chat say 17 but watchers show 6? That is because Surly Dev left his friends here from last time, which is actually quite funny. It's so funny. Like, there's all these alternative dev bots in here. So Jay Walters says, Maddie, you just saved me from having to stream myself. Oh no. I don't want to be that person that goes live and prevents other people from going live. I don't want that. So Jay Walter, if you feel like streaming, you should stream. Like, there's enough love to go around. You know, we can even like maybe co-stream something at some point as well, probably. I can definitely raid you. You can raid me. We're a happy family. I think that's how the song goes. Something like that. Someone remind me. But don't be DMCAing up in my chat, you know? I was gonna stream tonight too. Oh man, this like Monday's just but I had this slot first, just in case. I can see at least one IP thief bot. Good idea to do a bit of housekeeping once you're done streaming. Oh really? IP thief bot Zero Thim. Let me take a look at... I think I know which one you mean. That's the one with a Z and an M on the end, right? I think that one's the IP thief. I'm just joking. No, I think so the IP thief thing, I am well protected against that. First of all, if you know anything about Switzerland, IP addresses here, they all resolve to one of the major cities because all the network nodes converge in the same place. So it doesn't tell you anything. It's just nothing. It's complete nonsense. And second is I have a lot of protections. I have a lot of protections in place on my browser and my machine in general. And of course, I do have the extension blocker active from Commander Root. Can you go to current location on Google Maps? No, I will not do that. Trying to get me to dox myself. The issue is complicated by raids. If you have bots in your raid, they are passed on. Yes. Although I believe if they were inactive, so if they have not appeared in this stream, I'm not sure that they get carried. That's something potentially to test out. Yeah, the FR ones, I'm actually familiar with both of them. So thank you. And I'm a little bit of a rascal. Zero Thim. This is true. I will not go to the current location on Google Maps. I'm in Zurich in Switzerland. That's all you need to know. If you really want to come visit me, then just message me on Discord. We can arrange a meetup. It's no problem. I have no problem meeting fans, as you will. Yes, so apparently White Panther is still not allowed to chat on Twitch.
Garbage.
And the reason is because she has commissioned Commander Root's bot removal tool thing, which goes through like 400-something thousand accounts. I did that over the weekend, you see. Big brain. When I don't really log on to Twitch. But White Panther, it seems, has decided to do that, you know, during like the times when she would like to be chatting on Twitch. So I know, White Panther, you can't chat, but if you're watching the stream, I appreciate you. White Panther says, party in Zurich, let's go. Yeah, I mean, we have like 3,000 COVID cases a day, but sure, come on over. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. Yeah, so... Oh, Disco Lights. I put on the chill playlist today, but we can definitely do Disco Lights. We'd probably have to change the track, though. What color would you like, Tiki? Can't you just create 400,000 bots yourself that they will ban one bot each? Yes, in theory, J. Walter. Blue, please. Wonderful. Thank you, TD, for your choice in color. And here we go. The thing, so I read recently, someone was able to create something like 3.7 million bot accounts on Twitch. Something is obviously broken if you can create 3.7 million bot accounts. Next stream, creating a bot generator in Darklang. I think that's like speedrunning a ban. Like, ban any percent speedrun. It's like the fastest possible ban on Twitch. 3,000 a day. Welcome to the club. Ours are rising by the minute. Oh, that doesn't sound very good, Steffi. Finite, did you miss something going on with bots and bans? The consolidated version, because I also don't want to spend like a crazy amount of time on this topic on my stream. Not because I don't think it's important, but because I don't have any answers, and I'm not really one of the people that's largely affected by this at the moment. Is that there is a wave of so-called hate raids happening on Twitch at the moment, which means that streamers, particularly LGBTIQ, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the acronym correctly, so marginalized ethnicities and belief groups are especially being targeted with raids that are basically just bots and are saying lots of very hurtful things. And I understand that a lot of bigger streamers have come out and said, oh, well, it's not so bad, like, get over it, you're just a small streamer, blah, blah, blah. In the end of the day, those things are still hurtful, and, you know, there should be something done about it. I don't have the solution. Obviously, if we want to hit Twitch where it hurts and get them to do something about it, you probably have to start a dialogue and I think that is what this kind of goal of this movement, this a day off Twitch hashtag, if you've seen that, the goal is to kind of raise awareness for that topic to get Twitch's reaction. And apparently they are sitting down with a meeting with Twitch. So yeah. Zero Thim, exactly as you said. Yeah. Are you aware of the Twitch boycott on Wednesday? Streamers and viewers are not going to use Twitch for a day and the finance hit will be strong. So this is actually where a lot of people are, I'm not going to say wrong, I'm going to say they're misled. Twitch costs a lot of money to maintain. Okay? Every time someone is streaming, Twitch pays the server costs. So if there's a whole day where nobody goes on Twitch, neither as a viewer nor as a streamer, Twitch is actually going to make money on that day, because they don't need to support all these tiny little streamers who are mostly for them just costs. They don't actually make a profit for them. It might even be the first day that they actually make a profit. Hello Yasmin, welcome, nice to see you again. So in terms of gifted sub bits, yes, okay, obviously those things, but subs in the background, they continue to run. They continue to resubscribe in the background. So those kinds of things don't stop. Is it a coincidence that Finite left Twitch for a week and Twitch starts to fall apart? Yeah, you could argue something like that, definitely. If you want to hit Twitch where it hurts, if you want to do serious damage, the one way to do it is to go on OBS, put in a screen, an image with, you know, bullet points about why you're taking a day off Twitch, and turn on your OBS, mute your audio, and leave it to stream for 72 hours, a week, 3 weeks. The cost that Twitch will have of keeping your stream running with 0 viewers will be the most effective way if hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of streamers did that. I don't think that's going to happen personally, but that is the most effective way to hit Twitch financially. Now, I don't think that is the best approach to this problem, because basically I don't think, like, we are somewhat dependent on Twitch. I say we as in streamers in general. Me, I'm not dependent on Twitch. If Twitch tanks tomorrow, I'll go somewhere else, fine. For the moment, it's a comfort thing. I enjoy streaming on Twitch. I think the community here is great. There's no chance that I'm gonna, you know, just, you know, leave like that. There would have to be a pretty convincing reason to leave. Right now, going somewhere else means the community is most probably not going to follow. And let's face it, I'm doing this for you, right? I'm doing this for the community, mostly. It's Pika Pika. Twitch wants to know your location. Yeah. Recurring subscriptions are a drop. Gifted subs and bits are the major source of revenue for streamers, and thus that of Twitch. Yes, Twitch, Twitch takes a serious cut of that, but the subscriptions and everything will continue to run for that one day. And also, as many have pointed out, smaller streamers with, let's say, a relatively small percentage of the subs on Twitch is not going to make a dent. It would have to be 2 to 3, maybe even 5 of the major players. We're talking Shroud, Ludwig, Ninja, you know, that level. They would have to actually cancel their subs outright to really cause financial damage. It's an absurd amount of money, really. So instead of no streams, everyone should stream. That's right, Yasmin. If you want to cause Twitch financial damage, which let me just say, I don't think that's the right approach, because Twitch is like our platform. We're not trying to harm Twitch, right? And when we think of Twitch, it's also not just one person. It's 6,000 employees with all different agendas and different backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense to say, okay, what's the best possible outcome? How can we achieve visibility, you know? And I think there's a lot of different ways to do that. Did you just throw a paper ball on behalf of someone else, Steffi? I admire you. I admire you. So that was from Panther. Okay. Thank you for sending good vibes, Pika Pika. I appreciate it. If you cut out a day of gifts and bits, you're punching hard. We're talking $10,000s of dollars. The thing is, bits is a virtual currency for them. You get 1% of bits, okay? People who buy bits they aren't stopped from buying bits on that day. 0, right? They might have bought bits already before. That cash is just sitting there. It's like a thing I read this week. Starbucks is bigger than any of the biggest banks in the US. They hold over $1.6 billion in cash in the form of gift cards. And the thing is, at any point in time, anyone could redeem a gift card anywhere for, you know, things in their store. But what's crazy is they're not regulated like a bank. Oh, Cantido-san! Hello! Thank you very much for the raid. Definitely go check out Cantido-san. I'm just going to finish up my sentence here. Starbucks is crazy because they're not regulated like a bank, which means they don't need to keep all of this cash on hand, whereas banks have a minimum amount of cash that they need to guarantee at all times. So actually, Starbucks is pretty crazy. That's just a crazy example. So Twitch, everyone's bought, for example, bits beforehand. Let's say 5,000, 10,000, whatever. Those bits are banked. If a streamer's not streaming on one day, they can't spend those bits, but Twitch already got the money. They already got the money. I'm worried that you're this naive. How do you mean by naive, Zero? I'm not naive. I'm not deluded in any way about what Twitch will or will not do. I don't believe that Twitch is going to make any changes in the near future in response to these hate raids. I believe they're going to continue to talk about it. They're going to continue to have a lot of corporate speak about it. They're going to continue to have blog posts and tweets and who knows what, but nothing is actually going to be done about it because at the end of the day, streamers already have tools to combat them. So let's take a second here. Cantido-san, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. I have not been hate raided yet. I've not been hate raided. If I would get hate raided, I know exactly how I'm going to respond, and that's either follow mode or sub mode. So anyone who's not subscribed, I'm sorry, it's just going to be that way. And we're just going to go through and ban. And I've already preemptively banned more or less all of them. But of course, you know, there are a lot of bots being created on the fly as we speak, so. Yeah, the host ones. Yeah, of course. It's just the instant follow thing and the unfollow. Absolutely. I see Pantherbot has decided to give me a follow. That means that White Panther can probably chat. Oh! Second account. Alt account. Let's go! That's great. I'm gonna do a shout out for White Panther, even though you are here in an alter ego. Also, I need to stop the disco for a moment here. Oh, you even changed your chat color now. J. Walter for the initial idea. Can't keep the panther away. She's always lurking. It's true. It's true. Cantido-san, how was your stream? I saw that your camera now has like some kind of anime crazy filter on it, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure how you did that. I'm thinking snap camera, but I'm not 100% sure. TD, yes. So Starbucks is actually kind of rich, based on what I was reading. So you found a new filter. Snap Lens, yeah, the Snapchat desktop app, exactly. Yeah, I just have issues that I can't run that thing together with everything else that I'm running. It's just too much for my laptop. So TD, you've got a cheap HDMI adapter thing. For what? For your camera? Or what? I don't know, I can't follow. Let's do some drops, people. Change your cat color. Pantherbot is always red. Really? It was initially not red for me. Pantherbot was initially purple for me, funnily enough. So, yes. Oh, but TD, you don't have the camera to adapter cable. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. Hey, TD, nice land. 87. Look, if I poke you. Watch. I poked you and you let one rip. Good for you. Ah, big F in the chat because you don't have the camera to adapter cable. Well, you know, I just got a follower and now I'm scared. Honestly, I watched Devin Nash's video yesterday and his advice is 100% right. If you get follow botted or follow rated or whatever that you want to call them, just like hit follow mode, hit follower only mode or sub only mode and move on. Because what these people want is attention. And if you don't give it to them, then they have nothing. And with that amazing, just mind-blowing stuff. Also, my camera feels like it's a bit out of focus. I'm not sure. Somebody tell me if it's out of focus. It keeps shifting. Maybe when I'm too far away with the lighting and stuff. We are going to continue on creating something for Twitch. I guess it's not only necessary for Twitch, but it is a product that we're building on Twitch for the moment. We could always move it elsewhere, I guess. Ian has redeemed Disco Lights. It's a bit of a chill track, but I guess we can do it. Ian, have you got a color suggestion? Normally we just had blue. TD just suggested blue, so the same color, different color. I put on red if you don't have any color choice. So as Dynamite would say, dealer's choice. Okay, and if you don't have a color choice, then I'm gonna pick for you. How about that? I will pick a weird green yellow hue. How about that? Also gonna wait for a better track with a more of a droppy track. Because this one is like, this one's very chill, so the effect is not as strong, you know? Roxy the Fantastic, thank you for dropping in the stream. Nice to have you here. I see we've got quite a party going today, even though apparently 2 other people also wanted to stream today. You see, there would have been plenty of love to go around. Really not an issue. I don't know if anyone saw my new starting soon screen today. Let's switch over to it for a sec. It's pretty nice, isn't it? There's no code. Yeah, I don't know, Jay Walter. Maybe we should move to just chatting. There's no code here. Yeah, I wanted to tell you all this because I feel like it's something that I learned as a streamer, and I actually want to do a YouTube video at one point about being a science and tech streamer, because there's no advice for science and tech streamers on YouTube. There's only advice for new small streamers on Twitch, like for you know gaming or whatever, or content creation or whatever, but there isn't any advice for actual science and tech streamers. So I'm interested in doing a little video about that. But what I discovered, oh, look at all these people throwing paper balls. Right, oh, this is just anyway, so what I discovered is that you can go out and try and get these like animated overlays. Like there's tons of them on like Etsy and all that kind of stuff. But if you find something like a video, because there's quite a lot of open source video like on Pexels and stuff, you can find some pretty nice video that you can just put as a background and then just create a transparent PNG with the stuff you want on it. And honestly, it works. It's not even Like, you don't need to go spend money to create something. Hello, Data Dev. Welcome back. Nice having you. I have not set up the OBS move transition yet, TD. That's something I wanted to do today, but as I also learned, you don't mess with OBS the day of stream. So I chose not to do that. Big brain. Oh, disco lights. Ian, did you say what color you want? I didn't see a color. Ooh, circle land, J. Walter. Very nice. I don't see any colors. I just see lots of people telling me to switch to just chatting. I will show code. I will show code. Don't worry. I'll show lots of code. Look, we can show code in a second, okay? Ian wants fruit. What's a fruit color? I guess this is like fruit. Here we go. I don't really know what fruit colors are, but I just picked like something that's like orange, yellow, red, and green together. Banana yellow. Glad to see you streaming and vibing. Banana brown. That sounds... Banana brown sounds really boring. Like banana green. So banana green is like really, really unripe. Banana brown is very ripe. I mean, Ian spent the money on disco lights, so really if he says fruit, then fruit it is. Well, everyone's getting angry, so let's do the code. Come on, let's go. Okay, so here's the code. Happy now? Now we're in science and tech. Code's here. Job done. I'm leaving. No, I'm kidding. I'm not leaving. We just started. We just started like 30 minutes ago. Wow. I did do something. Sir Wesley, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. We are actually going to code. Now that there's code, I can follow. I see. A man of patience. See, this is what I meant, Ian, like when you've got like good baseline, then the lights really go off. They're like really popping. I also did a thing, TD. You'll notice that there's no overhead cam anymore. You know, the one up. There's no overhead cam on the starting screen. So I thought, you know what? I'll give people a chance to say that they would like to prefer overhead cam than direct front cam for a while. So anyone in chat can say, hey, you know what? I prefer just seeing things from up above, and I can switch it. Theme random dark. You cannot switch my VS Code themes. I am, as Panther has remarked many times, I am a stickler about my stream and its composition. Therefore, I could not possibly allow chat to mess with my code, or God forbid, something like Chris does, CM Griffing, where people can actually mess with his tabs. I mean, that's just no. That gives me anxiety. I'm sweating already just thinking about it. That's something that just no. You would like to have overhead cam. Okay, fine. Is that better now? There you go. But now with the disco lights, it's a bit of a waste because, you know, they're just in black and white behind me, but you don't get to enjoy, you know. Are developers paid to write code, or really being paid to solve a problem, and code is just a means to that end? Wow, homeless, that's deep, man. That's really deep. Sorry, you could also be a lady, or something else, so I apologize for assuming your gender. I don't think developers are paid to write code. I think developers are paid to solve problems, and they do that using code. I love how PantherBot has all this like pizzazz and character. It's normally unusual for a bot to just, you know, point redemption to adjust desk height. I can't. The camera's fixed on the wall. It'll be behind the screen. Can't do it. I'm sorry. Can't do it. So, oh, we know this track, don't we? We know this track. This is one of the ones. I need to borrow CM Griffing's bong. That's not my thing, to be honest. It's not really my thing. Pantherbot is sentient. We knew. Object. Good land, Ian. Good land. Alright, so about the project. Well, I'm trying to build a real-time analytics engine for Twitch, because Twitch doesn't have one, to tell me how my stream is doing. So I thought it would be fun to build one. I'm using the word fun quite loosely, because so far it's been nothing but pain. So previously on Streamlens. Basically, the past few episodes of this project, this is episode 5 or stream 5, whatever you want to call it. We basically managed to achieve the endpoint where we are using something called Tau. If you're not familiar with Tau, I should really make a command for this. Like, really. If you're not familiar with Tau, it's something you should definitely look at. Find out if you're still here. I love you, honestly. I love you for making this thing, because it makes my life so much easier, and everyone else who contributed to Tau, or who is contributing to Tau, thank you so much, because it makes my life so much easier. Steffi with a 9688. Solid. Basically, Tau unifies, or has the objective to unify all of Twitch's APIs into one endpoint that you can then call. Which makes it a lot easier to work with. So actually, if we go to, the Tau is running in the background already. If I go to localhost 8000, you can see here, you can see that Tau is running this Twitch API unifier, or unfudger if you'd like to use the informal name. So basically, it's a way to receive all of the information that you want to receive from Twitch's different API endpoints into one unified endpoint. Okay, I don't know if endpoint is the correct term because I'm not a dev. Disclaimer, backseat all you want. But yeah, it's a way for it to be easier for you to work with the APIs. So essentially what we do is we just make an API call to localhost. I don't know if the font size is big enough or not, chat. Let me know if it's too small. Sorry, too much dinner. We make one API call to localhost 8000 /API/Twitch/Helix blah blah blah. And bigger please, I'm getting old, my eyesight is going. TD, come on, you are young. Fine, we'll go one up for you. And you go to this endpoint instead of going directly to Twitch's Helix endpoint. That's basically the end result of that. And you use this one token that you get from Tau. So if you go here to show auth token, which I'm not going to do now, even though it's only running locally, blah, blah, blah. You use that token, and then you can get the data that you want from the Twitch API. Tau handles everything in the background, which is pretty nice. So, tip of the day, full screen makes the video bigger. Yes, it does, TD. Full screen does make the video bigger indeed. That's normally the behavior of a full screen thing. So, what we did is, my idea for developing this is basically, I want to... Oh, theater mode. Yeah. Theater mode. Definitely. Object. That's the way the Pantherbot rolls. We basically want to do end-to-end feature development for this whole thing, which, by the way, this is the project, okay? We want to do like the whole thing functionally. Basically get the data, store it in the DB, do analytic stuff with it, and output it to the browser for one feature, for one tiny little feature, like an MVP. And then based on that, we can then do it for everything else. By that time, I'll either A, have abandoned the project because I'll get so fed up, B, I'll be a fully functioning developer by then, or C, everyone else in the Twitch team has helped build it and we've finished it. One of those outcomes. So yeah, so the feature I chose in the beginning to start doing this with is to get all the followers. And what I'm going to do is compute the time between each follower for your stream. And basically that's like one metric, which is like new follower velocity. Basically, if you're acquiring for the total time that you've streamed, so basically we have to go get the start of stream, obviously, but we go get the start of your stream as a timestamp, and then we compare how many followers you've got in that time frame and the spacing between them to the start time of your stream. And then we can kind of map the velocity of your followers during the stream. It's just one feature which we can try and really do it end to end. So Team Claw, I guess it'll be C. Is there branding for the Claw team? You'd have to talk to El Jefe about that. There will be on Friday. Ooh. I sense overlays coming. If I had to guess, I would say probably overlay. So yes, I am in a Twitch team. You can see it on my channel. I should probably add this as a command too. If you need any beta viewers, I'd be happy to volunteer as tribute. Of course you would. Of course. That's very kind of you, TD. I'm sure that Pantherbot would love to take you up on that. You wish they had a full screen theater mode without the tabs. The icon for the Discord will change and everything. Oh, it's a complete rebrand. That's very cool. Not even Steffi has any sneak peeks for this. What? Not even Steffi? That sounds very exclusive. That's like... Steffi is like ultra inner fold. So if even Steffi hasn't had a peek at this, then we all have to drop because there's chaos bits. Let's go! Everybody drop. Way too much hype for such a low chill song. Anyhow, so we are at the store data in DB part. The thing I actually wanted to try out today, sorry, I bumped the mic. Today in particular is I wanted to see if we can get the timing right for writing the stuff into Postgres. Because basically what we do now is we're just getting all of this follower data. And then we push it into Postgres each time with this, where is this? That's a console log. That's not where we're doing that. Yeah, so here we have this await pool query where we write the followers into Postgres. And this is a real problem because, well, you know, if every stream we boot up, it gets all the followers every time, you're just going to keep filling the database, which doesn't make any sense. So we need to have some kind of timing in here to say, what's the beginning of the stream? And are there any new followers since I started streaming? Versus, or looking at, for example, the most recent timestamp in the database in Postgres and looking at if there's any new followers since then. It's also possible. Can you add Jay Walter's Chaos Ball overlay? We know Maddie doesn't add stuff to stream while streaming because he's so uptight. Have a drink, relax. It's not that I'm uptight, I just don't want to fix technical stuff on stream. It's that simple. It's just, you know. Yeah, and as Steffi says, I don't want to delete scenes live and end up with a black OBS screen. That would be very unfortunate. So yeah, I am not the type of person to mess with OBS while streaming. It makes for good content. That's not science and tech content. That's like just chatting content where we're just messing around. We're not messing around here. We're building a real-time analytics product for Twitch, people. Come on. Like if I'm gonna build Statty McStats face, then it's gonna be legit. You know it's gonna be legit. Kodako has done that. Really, Steffi? I didn't know that. Oh dear. Oh dear. But feel free to add all your suggestions into, I don't know, ping me on Discord if you like. Join our Discord community anyway. It's like, can you add all those names into a spreadsheet and make a poll? That is the plan, TD. Once we're a little bit further along with the project, anyone can still add name suggestions now. Whatever you feel is a suggestion for a name. Just, you know, pile them on here. I'm gonna put them in here, and then I'm gonna put them in a spreadsheet, and I'm gonna link to it, and we're gonna run that for a couple weeks to see what gets the most votes. Google form, I don't know exactly. Or create a name generator that changes the name in the top left of the dashboard every time you visit a new page. That sounds pretty savage, TD. Like, to have a product that the name is constantly changing sounds very confusing. So Steffi says, chat wanted him to change something and he ended up deleting his scenes.
Next chart shows the drop in the crime rate over the last month.
Basically that. Oh, so yeah. I'm taking name suggestions. I call it unique. Okay, TD, you can call it whatever you like. We can call it unique. If you want to call it unique, we can call it unique. 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 Did you just drop a bar chart? I love how you just dropped the bar chart. That's hilarious. Are you gonna land with that? Oh no, what a shame. Shame. Oh, I might land though, actually. This looks promising. 84. That's not bad. It's not rigged. As we've explained many times before, it's not rigged on my chat. It's free real estate. It is free real estate. Oh, Steffi, this looks very promising. Ooh, that was pretty close. So I don't really want to write, I don't want to write all the followers into Postgres every time. Look, I even have the Postgres here. You see it's got 60 rows, right? Because each call to the Twitch API, each of these instance gets gives us 20 rows. So essentially, what we would have to do in the get follower data, probably before writing the follower data, we would have to use, in this follower stuff, we would basically need to do const follow data, await get follower data. Here's where we're going to need to check the most recent follower ID or timestamp, I'm not sure what's better, in Postgres before adding rows. So this is what gets a bit tricky, because essentially we have to trim the array. So if you want to see, let's just comment out write follower data, and let's do a console log for follow data. And then we can actually run this node app.js. Oh, I gotta save this, sorry. Okay. Cannot find module. Oh, I'm not in the right place. CD tau. There we go. I was not in the right place. Follow data is not defined. That's odd. That seems... Oh, I didn't. That's awful. I can't believe I actually wrote this. Non-camel case? Like no one was paying attention last time. Pretty sure no one was paying attention. Except me. So here we go. So you see here, okay, we have all of these followers, and the top one is Sir Wesley, right? You're my most recent follower. Thank you again, by the way. Now here we have a followed at timestamp, and each of these is an item in the array. So if we do console log follow data dot length, for example, we should see that it's 60. If we go down here and we run this again, we should get the result 60 here. Yeah, so you see it's 60. So we can now figure out, based on the timestamps, we can actually read the properties of this follow data array. But we need to read from Postgres first. That's what I meant with timing. Maybe timing wasn't the right word of choice. Maybe not. But essentially, we can read, and please continue throwing paper balls. Like, no problem. I can deal with it. We can read from Postgres, because, let me just get rid of this. We can use Postgres pool query. We can use this to also read from Postgres. So we're going to actually here get follower data. We could actually write another function for this. You see here, this async function. We could probably write another function that does essentially the same thing as here, except it doesn't write an insert. It gives us the most recent timestamp. So async function, we're going to get most recent follower. Okay. What do we need to pass? Nothing. We have to select. Now here comes the SQL part. Select.
Wow.
White Panther fan, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Did you just want to be the most recent follower? Because that's very admirable. However, it will be Mary Jo, I believe, based on timestamp. I think that's the most recent one. Yes, that's the most recent follow that. We're going to do select. We're going to do max followed at from where is this? What's this called again? User followers. Okay. We're not inserting any values, so we don't need that. Sorry about that. So we don't need any, we just need this timestamp value. So this is most recent follow, well, maybe follow timestamp makes more sense. I always like to name my functions very specifically. Not a Gesundheit, J. Walter, but thank you. It was just a cough. Just a little... which doesn't get sufficiently covered by the mic's compression thingy. So what we need to do is, at this point, we have a for loop, which we no longer need because we don't have multiple items or anything like that. We have an await pool query, which does write followers. We don't need to have any additional arguments here, so we can take that out. And then we have the pool end. So basically initializes the query against Postgres and then closes it again. But we're going to need a return here. We're going to need to return what we get from this. So we're going to need to have a return here. Let's return this as most recent. Let's call this follower TS timestamp. I'm drinking non-alcoholic wine again, testing the headache theory. What was the what was the cap last time, Pantherbot? You never did answer my question about how many glasses in you get the headache. Would be interested to know for non-scientific reasons. So we have this most recent follow timestamp. So what we can do is write this function, most recent follow timestamp. We're going to call this const equal const most recent follow TS. Okay. And then we are going to actually output this. Just like that. Okay. Now I know that we're executing this function. We can save ourselves the API call to Twitch by not doing that. And now, when we execute, when we run this, we should get just a timestamp, and we don't. Follower TS is not defined. Where did I do this? Oh, we're not writing this anywhere. When we do a select, we obviously have to write the data somewhere. Well, that's fun. We didn't write it anywhere. You're so rock and roll. How many moons are you seeing? Says J. Walter. I forgot about that. Just one moon. Pantherbot, you mean you are drinking fancy grape juice? 2 glasses before headache. Okay. Okay, so if we have a pool... Ah, it's a client query. It's actually client.query. And then we have this, we're going to call this something else. Let's get followers or something. It's not a very good name. Okay. Also, I know I'm not consistent. So let's call it get follower. I know I'm not consistent with my naming. Everything camel case or everything snake case, just decide on one. Okay. So we have a, does this work? Because we're not using, maybe that doesn't work. Oh, hold on a second. It's still pool query because we're not using the client connection because we create a pool first at the beginning. Where is that? Somewhere. Yeah, this thing. We already did a pool connection. We actually never used the client. Get rid of that. So where do we now... We have to make an if loop, I guess. So, oh wait. Where is this? Here, so get follower. Ah, we need to map the result. Of course, we forgot this. So we have select, comma, and then brackets, error, and result. And we can add a little mapping for the loopy loop. If, why is this giving me a problem? That's interesting. Wait a second. Ah, wait, because this should be outside. This should be here. Is that right? I feel like that should be outside. Let's take this as a basis. I made a little boo-boo somewhere. Wait. Alright, so as long as it's not kebab case for variables, let's get Panther what? Wait. Panther cars. Panther case. Panther case? Oh gosh, I couldn't even read that properly. D3. How are you? Welcome back in. It's been a moment, huh? I haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to see you back again. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? I know it's already getting quite late for you, I believe. Look at all this dropping. Crazy drops. Circle time. So we have, okay, full query. We're gonna call it get follower. We can leave this out. Result, if result, then return. I don't need the error stuff. Follower TS. Oh, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be result rows dot followed at. I forget what it's called in the DB. Followed at. So we're gonna have followed at as a return. That might work. Let's get rid of this garbage. Okay, so this seems more promising to me. I don't know what this is. Brian C. Uh-oh, I moved something. Some weird, like, VS Code has some, like, laggy stuff with me sometimes. I don't know if anyone else has that. Let's catch up on chat. Doing good. Yeah, it's 1:28 a.m. here. Oh gosh. Maybe you should go to sleep, D3. I mean, it sounds pretty late. It's getting quite late, said the streamer in UTC +2. Ah, come on. It's 10 p.m. here. It's fine. Oh dear. Follower TS not defined. Yeah, exactly. We actually have to map it, don't we? I don't know if I'm doing that correctly. I feel like that's not right. Unexpected end of input. Oh, interesting. That's odd. Unexpected end of input. Why is that unexpected? That's strange. Can you name all your functions with numeronyms? No, TD, I cannot do that. Jay Walter is always peddling his disco balls. That's true. That's true. But it's okay. I mean, everyone can, like, you know, circle whatever they like. It's Electron, so of course it's laggy. Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, D3 says it's a festival today. Krishna Janmashtami in India. So it's normal if people sleep late tonight. Does that mean you get the day off tomorrow? It's funny, it's also a bank holiday in parts of the UK I was reading. I guess it's completely unrelated. It's just funny that it falls on the same day. That's interesting. I didn't know about that. Krishna Janmashtami? Janmashtami? 0.81. That is impressive in its own way. I actually think that's the lowest I've ever landed. That's... wow. That's... it was a day off today on Monday. Nice. That's nice. Does anyone know why this is saying there's an unexpected end of input here? Hold on a second. Await has no effect on the type of expression. I don't know about that, but maybe. Can always take it out. I don't know if it actually has no effect. There isn't a real way to know. Unexpected end of input. What's it expecting here? You mean yesterday? Of course. Someone's already thinking ahead. Sorry, I had an itch on my arm. So I don't really know why this is doing weird things. It's a bit strange. Valper, hello. Nice to see you. Unexpected end of input. What would you expect to have here? It's my function call. Ah, wait. No, that can't be it. It must be something very simple that I'm missing. Must be a curly somewhere. Yeah. Curlies are there. Curly, curly. Curly, curly. Ah, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Curly. Ah, we're missing one here. We're missing one here, that's why. I think. Open. Open. Close. No, that's correct. Close, close. Throw a paper ball and then send me good vibes, Ian. I mean, that's real mixed messages. Fund on line 66 is missing its end curly. Ah, there's a third open up there, isn't there? You are correct. Good eye. Isn't there like good syntax highlighting or something? I dread asking this question. Promise undefined. Oh dear. So it got stuck here somewhere. Let me try this here. Console log result. So I'm looking for, here we go, rows. So I want to do result rows 0 max. This should give us the right thing. What's this stuff? Where's that coming from? Oh, that's garbage there. Oh, we didn't end the pool. That's why. We have to do a pool.end. We didn't end the pool, that's why. But there's this promise undefined thing. Where is that? Maybe we have to add the client thing here. I don't know. It's a bit strange. That's what I took out and now it's complaining about stuff. No, okay, it's not related to that. Whatever theme you're using in Sublime surely is available in VS Code as well. True. I quite like this one. I mean, do you not like it? I think it's pretty legible. Should be. So what is the problem here? Where is this promise coming from? Where am I console logging something? Here. I mean, this is that, but it's got to be something beforehand. I can just map the result here. Don't need both, I guess. For example. Oh. So no. Interesting. Maybe I should build this the other way around, that if there's an error, then output the error, kind of like they suggested, you know? I'm not saying do what they said, but for example, I could do like this. I don't need an else in here, but I could just do like this. So if it's an error, then do that, and otherwise just give me the result, for example. That way, I don't know where this is coming from, chat. This promise undefined. Where is that? Most recent follow TS is this. Ah, hold on. Yeah, and then it goes into the function, executes my thingamajiggy. It's a bit odd, no? What would this be coming from? Promise undefined. Where would that be? Time to get to Google. Calls get login code that returns nothing. Ah, there's no return. That could be it. Return follow TS. Do I have to name that? I don't think I have to name it, right? I can just say return and then the thing, and then it will just give me that, and then that's what gets returned here, right? I don't know, this seems very strange to me. Let's take out the last console log. just to be sure. Okay, so it's this. But why isn't this the result of the function? Maybe because I need the await? Krishna Janmashtami is celebrated as the birth of Lord Krishna on earth in the Hindu mythology. It's also the main character in the Mahabharat. It's very hard to pronounce, I'm sorry. Very interesting. I'll have to do some reading up on that. But that's cool that you had a day off. Most definitely. Undefined. Okay. Why is this undefined? Here it's fine. I'm returning the function. I'm returning this. I'm returning this. I'm returning the result. Do I have to map it? Maybe I have to map it. I have to say let return follow TS. And then here I have to say follow TS? That can't be. It just can't be. Seems weird. There's something I'm missing. I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. It's not clicking. I was already on a break after my second SEM examination. What do you mean by SEM, D3? Search engine marketing. That's the only one I know. That's the only one I know. Return. Result. Okay, so this function returns this as a value. Most recent follow timestamp. Why doesn't, if I do a const and I do most recent follow TS, why doesn't it give me the same? Why doesn't that give me that result? That's what I don't understand right now. Why is it undefined? Ah, semester. This is what I don't get. Why is this undefined? Do I need to slap a return in front of it or something? So it's like pool query. I don't really understand. Doesn't make sense to me, chat. Something's not clicking today. Maybe because it's Monday, but something is just not clicking. So if I have... there's a good here, there's some examples. We're going to look at some examples. Okay. Test connection. Get user by external details. Okay. Return pool default. Query. Select blah blah blah. Where blah blah blah. Source ID. Then res array. To maybe one.default res rows. Here's a pool query. Maybe it's because I'm not present in my true form. Also possible, Pantherbot. Definitely possible. If error, return next. Response to redirect /monsters. response status. Oh, go away. There's no return in here. It's just results. It's just like this. Maybe the return is wrong. It's still undefined. Surely, if I'm calling this, if I do const most recent follow ts is await most recent follow timestamp function, then if I console log this, it should give me that value. That's what's not working, and that makes no sense to me. It really doesn't make any sense. Don't call me Shirley. Don't call me Junior. Hey, that noob. Welcome in, my friend. Noob, you most definitely deserve a very large shout out. Everybody noobs here, please follow noob. And I can say noob, but I can't type noob because I get timed out in noob's chat all the time. Noob will be able to solve this problem because noob is a genius. Nooby booby! Listen, okay? I have this function, and the function works no problemo. Look at this, okay? Console.log this, okay? Look at this, okay? I allowed all noob variations and it still catches some. Look, console log here in the most recent follow timestamp function, calling my function here in this follower stuff, okay? Follower stuff, most recent follow ts, await most recent follow timestamp, okay? Console log most recent follow ts. So there should be two console logs now, and they should both have the timestamp. Only one does. And look, if I do this, ooh, you know what? I think it's a timing issue. Could it be a timing issue? See, this one is undefined. Wait, did I just get here to debug stuff? Most probably. Well, what I want to do is I want to check the most recent timestamp in Postgres before adding the rows that we got from before, right? So we have this async function we wrote last time, get follower data, which I'm not going to work on right now. It gets 60, which is more than enough for now. But basically it gets the 60 rows, and then here, I'll show you. Okay, so we get follower data. Okay. Console log follow data. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to restrict it to 1. How about that? Get follower data. Let's comment out these for now. Oops. Let's just take out the second and the third. Add prefixes to your logs so it's easier to know what is what. That's a good tip. So here, console log, I'm going to add a prefix here and say this is, I'm going to call this is in the function. So this is in the function itself. And then I'm going to call this one outside. So we get follow data, okay? Then we run the function, most recent follow timestamp, and we log that timestamp. I should have that available at this point in time. So outside is running first. Why is that running first? Why is it going to this before it's doing this? Ah, no need for concats. Ah, you can just use comma. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool. Very cool. Wait, J. Walter, what did you make? Panther case as a service. Okay, this is pretty cool. I did read the dog, Snoop. This is not Maddie's script. I'll take a 39. Woo. Nothing but a peanut. Oh, Ian, do you also know? Do you also know? Nothing but a peanut. That impresses me if you know about that. If you read him, you would have known already what's broken. That's not true. Look, okay? Look. Look. Okay? Ronnie Coleman. Oh wow, a lot of people know. That's impressive. Noob, look. Okay? There's tons of examples. I even copied their code example. You can't blame me. Ronnie Coleman is incredible. Look, okay, so for example, pool dot, where's the pool dot query thing? Because I made a query object. Look, okay. Look. Lightweight, baby! Lightweight! Remove the function after the query string and then you can use await. I think if you have the second argument, it doesn't async it. Remove the async. Remove the function after the query string. Command A, delete. I can pay you for your time, noob. I can pay you in praise. All pray. Payment shoutouts. No, noob is just, you know, magic. No, I just, I read the documentation. What I don't understand is remove the function after the query string, and then you can use await. I think if you have the second argument, it doesn't async it. You mean this? Because when I looked at pool query, when I looked at the pool stuff, it's a bit strange because this is what I looked at. Okay? Some APIs are stupid, and when they have such callbacks, they don't make async. So you're saying that this is not async. You looked at the callback way, not the promise way. I promise you, This is the promise way. So if I do pool.query, you're saying if I do something like this instead, basically. We can try that. So pool end, we still need the pool end thing. That's fine. Pool query. This is just garbage. Get rid of this. Get follower. Okay. Then res console log this. Uh-oh, deleted something. What is part of this? Needs the extra bracket in there. Okay. No, it doesn't need that. There we go. Let's do the promise way with a wait instead of then. Wait, so we're doing the promise? So we're not doing this now. Now I'm confused. What's the harm in doing this? We can try this way. Look, I'll just keep this for now. Just comment it out. Pool.query, catch blah blah blah. I mean, I still need to write the results somewhere. Drop doing this. Why do people put themselves through such pain? Result is not defined. Line 80. Error is not defined. What? This is not true. Then it is the ugly way. Await is the noise readable way. Hello, boss fighter. Welcome back in. It's been a while since we've seen each other. I'm happy that you're back. I hope you're doing well. Okay, noob, so we're not doing the then, which means we're doing this, which is what I had before. These are the two options. Wait, this is a callback. This is a promise. Deleting everything. I don't understand why this doesn't work. That's the problem. I don't understand why this doesn't work because this is being executed weirdly. Do I even need the await? Maybe I don't need it. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but async await in JavaScript is basically just syntactic sugar around promises. I could not answer this question even if I wanted to. Test fail. Definitely a fail for me. I still know nothing. Outside promise undefined. See? Outside promise is undefined. The inside function is not the issue. This is giving me the result I want. I know that that works. I can see that this works. You're trying to combine apples with bunnies. No wonder it's not working. This makes no sense. Okay, wait. Alternative idea. What if I just execute pull query here in this thing without calling another function? What if I do this here? Okay, and then I do, if I say const, I don't know, this is like most recent follower ts equals this. And then I do this. Then what happens? This will be just chaos. Get follower is not defined. Where did I do that? Oh, right, the query. Yeah. Because this is such a simple query, maybe I'm going to too much effort. Maybe I just need to do like this. Easy peasy, right? Right? Outside undefined. So this is being executed before this. We can see that. Check the example in parameterized async await. Parameterized. Parameterized query. Async await. Oh, with the try catch. I see. I see. Data dev says I'm just Jon Snow. Oh, poor bunnies. Bunnies and apples. Actually, she really likes apples. Should we see what she's up to? Let's see what she's up to. Oh, it's toilet time. It's executed since A is directly after the call and B is a callback not in the same thread, so it's out of context. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. So if I do try, but okay, this is not going to be a client query, it's going to be a pull query. Const res equals await pull query, console log. This is just rubbish. Catch error, console log error stack. I want this thing here to be, where is it? Pull query. Text, which is get follower. I don't need the values because that's insert into, and we don't need that. So get follower, console log. Result, it's going to be res.rows. No more callback on you argument anymore. Okay, but then I can just do most recent follower ts equals get most, what did I call this function? Most recent follower timestamp. I can just do it like that, no? That makes sense. I say come back to it with a fresh head. Nice dodge, Matty. Did I just dodge another paper ball? I'm so good at this. I see Fiona's still in her toilet. Okay, so pool query. We need to end the pool, by the way. Where's the end? Where's the end of the pool thing? Uh-oh. I wrote this somewhere else. Pool.end, yeah. Pool.end. Okay. Probably missed something. Definitely something weird. So they say don't forget to return stuff, otherwise the promises don't return anything. But it's anyway pending. It hasn't even finished by this time. The outside promise is pending. Try, catch, return. Is this the right spot? I think it's the right spot. It's still in the try. Try, catch, return. Well, I can do it in here actually. If this is good, I can just return that. Promises need to be awaited. So I do need the await here. And now... Hey! That seems promising. Did you get it? I made a dev joke, people. Does it ever get to the pool end? I need to probably do that here, actually. I can also use client. Oops. Uh-oh. Module not found. What happened? What happened here? Hey! You can use a finally after the catch. Oh, to do the pool end? But okay, I don't need to because anyway, it's just the query here. But if you use client query, you don't need to do the pool thing. But we can do it there too. I'm glad it's working now though. This is pretty cool. So the outside, you can see here, the function inside gets done first and then the outside function. So this is working as expected. Perfect. So basically now, what a poop drop. You did have a poop drop. We get those two things. I'm going to comment this one out. So we're basically getting the most recent timestamp of the follower in the database, which is 27th of August. And I deliberately haven't written any data. 192659, which is Mary Jo Stabler. Now, it would be safer to also get the follower ID, but for the moment, I'm just going to do it with this because it's sufficient. Which means that in follow data, we know that there are some that have a followed at that are greater than then. If we look here, we can see White Panther fans, or Wesley, Pantherbot, those all occurred after that timestamp. So what we actually need to do is query this array and drop the items that don't fit this condition. Are you storing your API data in a database? Yes, it's being stored in Postgres. That's what you see. That's what you see here. So this is Postgres. At the moment, it's 60 rows. And I now have more entries that occurred since my last stream that I need to add to this. But if I just do what I've been doing now, this async function write follower data, what's going to happen is it's going to take the follower array that we pass here, this follow data, okay? It's going to take that and just pass all 60 again, which I don't want to do. Do you remove and refetch every 24 hours? No, so the idea would be that basically when you start your stream, okay, when you start your stream, this thing will start. And what it will do is it will execute a kind of setup thing, and it will check the most recent follower in your database, and it will check the followers that you have in Twitch, and it will realign them. Because again, this is only a product that's looking at your current stream. But basically, it would be helpful to have the follower count at beginning of stream and follower count end of stream. And in order to do that, you need to know the follow count beginning of stream, which means you need the followers up until that stream. That's the reason for that. Although we're only looking at data that happens during the stream, there are some data points that we need stuff from before. So that's the idea. Is there a TOS against storing data longer than 24 hours? I don't see why there would be. From what I read, I don't see that there would be any issue. It's your own data anyway. We're not fetching all the data for all streamers on Twitch. We're fetching your own channel information and storing it. I mean, Twitch makes this data available to you in their own analytics products. You can download this information and you can store it for as long as you want. Don't know where this 24-hour thing came from. I need to get some more water, so we're going to take a short break before we now... Basically, we're going to check the most recent timestamp, and then we're going to do parse drop follow data array items for any followers already in the DB. Okay, that's what we're going to write. Joel, did you just say boo? Shame on you. I shall be right back, and you're in for a treat because I've prepared something for this new Be Right Back screen. See you in a minute. Jay Walter, you have a lovely bedtime. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. So Steffi says it's the opposite with the 24-hour rule. Twitch has a 24-hour limit on data retention. That they keep things about your stream. See, that's why it would be important if you're doing a stream that's longer than 24 hours. if you were doing a long stream, for example, this kind of product would be extremely valuable because it would be constantly writing information for you. Cool. A chaise lapin. Chaise lapin. It's actually a channel point reward, and I'm giving it away for free because I like to look at what she's doing. That's all. Anyway, so here's what we need to do next. We need to drop array items for the ones that have a followed at, which is smaller than or equal to, basically, if followed at is smaller than or equal to this most recent follower TS. Basically, so drop those and keep the others, or only keep the ones. But I think we're gonna, because they're already in the array, we're gonna have to drop array items, which I actually don't know how to do. I don't know. Remove an object from an array on condition. Hi, Ian. Thanks for saying hi. Jamaican Cyber Turtle. What a fun song. So if I have an array, which I do, I have an array of objects, but it doesn't really matter. If I do filter, that's interesting. Okay, so use .filter. Let's try that. So follow data dot filter. Let's do follow data equals follow data dot filter item. I don't know how this assertion works. What's this? Item is greater than, so item dot followed at is greater than most recent follower TS. And then we'll console log this. Follow data. Okay. So we know that this works. We can take this out. And took that one out too. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. I'm not very confident in this, but let's see. Oh, assignment to constant variable. Oh. I need to do const again, right? Otherwise it doesn't let me do that. Identifier has already been declared. So I do let after the const? Oh wait, but it shouldn't be a const then. Let's declare it something else. Let's call it write followers. Okay. And we're gonna output this to the console. Okay. 13th. So that didn't work. Let's check for syntax here. Console log. Follow data dot. Arrays are always so tricky. Follow that. Undefined. Right, because it's each item of an array. So it would have to be... Let me just check. I'm just checking if I can use the condition here. 0 dot follow that. I think that's... Is that the way to do it? No, hold on. Follow data 0. That's the way. I think. Ah, here we go. Okay. So essentially, we need to delete an element in an array. Last element first. Specific element based on an index. I don't want that. Splice. Filter. This method returns the new array with elements that pass a particular condition. Pass in a callback function. Oh yeah, salt. Ian, that looks like it's going to be a very good drop. I think so. 66. Good. Very good. Okay, so array filter. Example. This is at least a good callback. Thank you, noob. I'm just not sure if this syntax is correct. It seems like not. Can I call these whatever I want? Filter. They're using EL. They're using EL. As long as it works. Well, it doesn't. That's the problem. I'll show you. So basically, this is what's being output now. Is the whole thing. But these are greater than... These are smaller than the follow timestamp. You can also use Hanswurst. Sure, let's do that. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. It doesn't change the result. I still get too many results. That's the result. I get too many. I should only be getting 3 entries here, basically. This condition is not working. And I'm not sure why. Do I have to specify the 0? Because it's in each item? Do I need to do that? It seems wrong to do that. So in this one, it only returns 3 because it's equal. But this one, I want it to be where followed at is greater than most recent follower TS. Those are the ones it should return. So the original array, in our case, follow data has like 60 entries or 20. And then it should go into each followed at Is this wrong? I think it's because of the exclamation mark. So basically, Hanswurst filter. I can just do the filter like this as well. Hanswurst dot follow that. Hanswurst arrow. Hanswurst dot follow that is greater than most recent follower TS. End of story. I think it was because of the exclamation mark in the beginning. Oh. Oh. No, what weird code? No, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna call this EL. I like that. Although they are technically items, but yeah. So this works. So we now have only the right followers. And now, if I do right follower data, watch the magic. Right now, okay, we have 60 rows. Mary Jo is the top entry. What we're gonna do is we're gonna execute this code. Oh, cannot use a pool after calling end on the pool. Ah. Where did I call end on the pool? So this is the end of the pool. Ah, right. So we're getting the follower data from Twitch. Then we're opening the pool. We don't need to end it here. We keep the pool open. Because the hot tubs, pools, Memebox could have triggered that. You're right. You're absolutely right about that, noob. So now, here we go. Okay, so we should refresh. Hey! Oh no. They're identical. I said greater than. Why did that come in twice? That's weird. That's very strange. Let me take these out a sec. Unexpected update count. All changes will be rolled back. Uh-oh. We broke something. Okay, so Mary Jo is the last one. 1926.59. That's before we write stuff again. I think there's an issue. I think there's an issue with timing because this let's see something here. Console log most recent follower TS. Let the debugging begin. Okay, this is correct. This is correct. Now what happens? This is definitely correct. Okay. Oh no. I did some garbage. I think I've been writing the follower data over and over. That's not good. I think I was doing that in the beginning. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna delete all the entries. Now what we'll do is async function, get follower data. We're gonna make sure we can get all of them again. Drop database. No, I'm not dropping the entire DB, noob. Don't make me drop you. I can drop you. Don't forget. I can drop you anytime from chat. Little Maddie tables. Drop user from chat. Watching you all the time. All right, so I'll be back. Let's see what happens now. I think it's gonna write all 60. I think 60 rows. Okay, now if we execute this again, it should write nothing. Oh, it wrote all 120 again. This doesn't work. It's writing all of them again. I think it's an order problem. Basically, between follow data, this const gets written before this has been defined. So what would make sense is if we put this into an await function. So we're gonna plop this into an async function called drop followers. Okay. We're gonna take, basically, we're gonna pass follow data to it, and we're gonna return write followers. So Noob, you meant that you were back, or you're going to be back? Everything after a return will be executed. Yeah, I don't need the console log anymore. I had paused. So we have async function, drop followers. And now what we do is we just call our async here. Const write followers equals await drop followers. And we pass it with the follow data. Okay. So we're gonna again delete everything from here. Nothing in the table anymore. Everything after a return won't be executed. It was a joke reference for Arnie. I'll be back. It was Arnie. Okay, let's see what happens. Console log this. I also want to console log write followers dot length before we actually write it. How about that? I'm gonna slap a pool dot end in here just so it stops the pool from staying open. I'll move it afterwards. Most recent follower TS is not defined. 82. Ah. Follow data and most recent follower. Yes. We need to pass that to the function. Definitely. Yeah, let's see what happens. Now the Maddie machine is running well oiled. It just needed oiling. Wow, where is this coming from? Hold on a second. There's a console log somewhere, which is really annoying me. Follower R. It's here. That one. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't like it. Ooh, null. That's not good. Oh no, okay, null makes sense because most recent follower TS, there's nothing in the database. This is actually a good thing. We have to check for this. Essentially here, we need in drop followers, we need to have a condition. So we're gonna have a try catch in here. We're gonna have a try catch here. I'm gonna cheat by peeking. Or is it an if else? Would it be if else or try catch? I think it's try catch because of the await, I believe. Let's make it a callback that's not awaited. Okay, guide me through it. Guide me like you guide all the other noobs who are developing under you. Check the most recent timestamp in Postgres before adding rows. This is fine because we get this timestamp, which is null. At this point in time, probably just write down first again what you want to do. Well, I need to make sure if this returns null, if the value of this const is null, I could actually, I could do this here. It's going to be so much easier. It's going to be so much easier. You know why? I tell you why. Basically, we just have to check if this is null. So most recent follow timestamp, select max follow that from user followers. If it's null, that's here. Basically, catch error, blah, blah, blah. If it's null, we here return 1900 0101. Sorry, I'm just going to take this and copy it into here. And this is going to be 20. When did Twitch get born? 1990, 1901. I'm going to take 1970, 01, 01. And then it's going to be 000000. And what I've done now is basically if this fails for some reason, essentially if this query fails for whatever reason, it's just going to return 1970 1st of January, which means that the following function will no longer fail because most recent follower TS will always be a correct value. Ooh, why is it null? Ah, it doesn't fail. It doesn't fail. It doesn't fail. Hold on. We need... Can you put an if condition in a try? I think so, right? Can you put an if condition in a try catch? Seems like a silly question. If condition in try catch. I feel like you can. Shouldn't be something wrong with that. Yeah, shouldn't be an issue. Try if something. Okay, that would be the easiest. Basically, try if blah blah. So if let me think about this. So we want it to execute this, and then it's going to be after res, going to be here. If something, basically if res dot rows. Come on, I can't even write the rows dot max. Now the question is null a string? Or is it actually just an actual null? That's what I don't know. It's just triz. Return res rows length. Res rows row max default timestamp. Ah, switch condition. That's elegant. Null is its own term. Yeah, so if it's written without quotes, it's null and not a string of null, right? So it's going to be proper null in that sense. But I like the switch condition. That's actually quite elegant. That avoids us having to do the if loop. Res dot... Wow, what's happening here? Come on, tab 9. You can do better than that. Rev rows 0. By the way, I appreciate the effort that everyone is going here. Oh, ternary operator. Oh, why was I calling it switch? There was not even the word switch in it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I deserve to be corrected on that one. If max is a string, you want to check max length before the ternary. Who needs the right terms? As long as you know how it works. Question mark statement. Question mark statement? Dot max. And then I guess that would work. If dot max is a string, you'll want to check max length. Yeah, that's I think like more production level check stuff. This would be, for now, this should be sufficient. This seems to be working. Ternary. Never actually learns those terms. Noob. Really? But you still know it's not a switch. Yeah, I mean, a switch would be literally switch, so that I know. I do know that much. So this is elegant because this means that this never has a problem, which means it can go into the drop followers, which gives us write followers length, which is 60 in this case. So let's do that. Let's actually write those 60 into there. Okay, here we go. Chat, we're about to write 60 entries into a database. Okay, let's check. 60 rows. So far, so good. Now, what happens with the second run? Ha! You see, the most recent timestamp is the most recent entry, therefore it has not written any more in there. Ship it. Definitely. We're going to do a test first though. I'm going to delete these 3 entries manually from the database. So now Mary Jo is the most recent one. So when I run this, I should see the 27th, this date here. We should see 27th. This will be the entry that it fetches, and then it should fetch 3, I believe it was. Boom! And we have 60 rows again. Sort by follow that. Sorry. It's done. We did it. All right, chat. So I achieved exactly what I wanted to achieve today. That's pretty impressive, actually. I think that deserves a disco light. Wow. A lot of help, chat, but very, very good. Thank you for the good vibes, Ian. I appreciate it. That went extremely well. So essentially what this now does, this entire code, I can run this as many times as I want. It will always check what the most recent follower is, and if I have any new followers, it will add them again. It's just Triz. Thank you so much for the follow. We are going to actually add you to the database. Look at that. I think it's just Triz. You just got added. Let's sort again by follow that. There we go. It's just Triz. You just got added into the database of my followers. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because we now need to do some cool analytics stuff. That's the reason we're doing this. Let's go back to the Miro. So the idea is, now we have the data in here. So basically, this is done. Oh, that's not the right color. That's red. Again, this is just for the POC, okay? Just for the proof of concept phase. This is done. This is done. Now we need to do this. The do analytics part. It's just Triz. Boss Fighter, I will refund your 400 because I've already got the disco lights running. So you don't need to pay for it, no worries. Keep your points for next time. Thank you that you're liking the VS Code theme, Triz. I actually don't know which one it is. Off by heart. I think it's one of the standard ones. Color theme. This one is called High Contrast, I think? I think it's High Contrast. I wanted to use one that's High Contrast because it's a bit easier to see on stream. So that's the free dab as well. Please give me my money back. Sure, boss, no problem. Get you your money back. So essentially, what's missing, okay, if we run this again, so no new follows, doesn't write any data in here. The do analytics part, okay, of this is basically, if we want to do some SQL on here, which given the time that it is now, it's 20 past 11, we can just sort of start to kind of write the query. And what we can do then is we'll have basically the follower stuff here, this async function. We'll probably write another function here called process follower data. And essentially what we're going to do is execute the query that we have here. So we'll have another, it'll basically be like this function. Actually, we could do that now. Why not? It's only 20 past 11. Should we do that? I guess we could do that. Chat, what do you think? Should we do it? That design is interesting. What design are you referring to, Boss Fighter? Because we're talking about a small amount of data, right? Again, this is just your own stream data. It's never gonna be, even with millions of records, right? We're talking Postgres locally. It's lightning fast. So we're never gonna have latency issues, even with more complex queries. Again, these are gonna all be afterwards, like all the features are going to be distinct, separate services and stuff. The graphics and charts. Ah, okay. So the Miro board. Yeah, this was like the plan of what the product is kind of going to be like. Again, real-time overview of your stream to easily make decisions about content and recognize early warning indicators of activities. Maybe early warning is not the best word for it, but I kind of want to just be able to surface interesting things about what's going on in your stream in an easy way that anybody could understand. That's the idea. So if we talk about the do analytics thing, about the followers, it's actually a good opportunity to write some SQL here. I was writing some SQL today, but it was in BigQuery, so I'm excited to write some Postgres SQL. Essentially, we have all our follower data. So we know essentially when our stream started. Let's assume that we started our stream today. There was a timestamp here, this one. So this is going to be UTC. Instead of getting the stream start now in the code, I'm just going to write it as a string, but we can imagine that our stream start was 2021 08 30. I guess it's 1900 basically. So what we can do is we can say this is as, I don't know, stream start, for example. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. So this is my stream start. And this is kind of fun because actually you can already say with, I don't know, CTE1. We can have some kind of condition in here, okay? Now what we can do is say, this is my stream start date. So imagine that I have a query from user followers where followed at is greater than stream start, okay? But first I need to join them together. So this is user followers. I'm gonna do a left join on this, but I can't use it as a key. Can't use it as a key. That's fine. We're gonna skip that for the moment. We're just gonna do just date. Just gonna do like this. We're gonna say where followed at greater than this, okay? So these are the followers I've gotten from today's stream. Pantherbot, Sir Wesley, White Panther Fan, and It's Just Triz. Now what we can do is we can compute for this current stream we're going to compute what's called like a window. Okay, so we're going to make kind of two windows first. The first window is going to be, what was my follower count before stream started? Okay, so we can do select count distinct from ID, for example, as follower count. Okay, I'm gonna call this with pre-stream follower count as, and you notice I'm much more comfortable in SQL than JavaScript. I'm trying to change that, by the way. So my pre-stream follower count was this. Okay, we're gonna reverse this condition. So select star from pre-stream follower count. Okay, which was 57. Obviously it's not all of them, we didn't fetch all of them, but that's fine. Okay, now what I need to do is have another one of these queries, right? This is my current follower count. Okay, you might say, oh, this is not so efficient. You're right, we could do this in one query. I'm just doing it in separate ones to allow my brain to think, and then I optimize the query later. For now, that's not a huge problem. So we take out the where condition. Okay, and my current follower count is like this. So I do select star from that union all select star from current follower count. Okay, oh, it doesn't like this. Why doesn't it like this? I missed a bracket here, that's why. There we go. So we've got follower count. Okay, 57 and 61. Obviously we can write this more elegantly and everything, but essentially we've got my follower count before stream and my follower count now. Okay, I can obviously subtract those if I want to. And what becomes interesting is the follower velocity. That's what I think is very interesting. So let's imagine a situation where I'm getting a lot of followers. Okay, let's all drop the Maddie Happy. If you've got the emote and you're a sub, thank you very much for your subscription, by the way, I appreciate that. Drop the happy emote if you have it. Ah, noob, you did a bit of a fail there. I know you're a bit late, but you failed. It's okay. Noob, it might have just been... Ah, it's not enough. Wow, 250, Ian. That's also very low. So what I think would be interesting is, let's call this follower velocity. Can't be perfect, 25.8. It's true. It's a hard life. So essentially, what I think is a follower velocity is, if we imagine, let's just look at that table again for a second. Okay, what you've got is a data table where you've got followed at. Okay, you have all the timestamps of when each person is giving you a follow. Now what would be fun is to work out the timestamps between them and try to group them into kind of clusters, because then within a certain time window, like per hour or per half hour, you could come up with a frequency of how many follows occurred within that time window. So in order to do that, Boss Fighter, are we joining? Yes, we are going to make a join. We're actually going to do something called generate series, because we have a problem. We have the common problem that in this particular table, I have a lot of event with timestamps, but I don't have all of the time increments that I need. So what I'm going to do is generate series. And what this does is it's called a function called generate series, where I can specify, sorry, it's select star from generate series, and I can specify two timestamps or integers, for example. So I could specify 0 and 100, and then I think it's interval 1, for example. I have to look up the specifics because I don't remember it. Postgres generate series. It's something I do very often. Ah, yeah, so for example, with 0 to 100, for example, okay, if you want to generate just numbers from 0 to 100, oops, sorry, you can just do something like that. Select star from generate series, and it'll give you a 0 to 100 range. Obviously, we want timestamps, which is the most useful thing, which is here, generate series, min-mal, max-mal, and then you have here, like this. So you type here, like this. And so what you do is you do, for example, here, a timestamp. Let's say 2021. Obviously, we would take the start of our stream. Okay. We would pass that here normally. I'm being lazy, accelerated version. Start of our stream. And then, for example, let's say 24 hours in the future. Okay. So 31st. And we're going to call this interval, we're going to do 1 hour interval. So now what we've done, you can see this, basically select star from generate series. What this does is it generates a time range for us, you can see here, of 1 hour increments. You see that? And this is where things get really interesting. If we have a timestamp, like we do in this table, so in this follower table, we have a timestamp. Okay. Now we have to work out, do we want to actually analyze this timestamp on the second? Because if we do, in order to join them as a key, we're gonna need to keep this interval here to 1 second. Okay. It's gonna generate a lot more rows. So 24 hours times that many minutes times that many seconds is 86,401 rows, right? Because you have every second. And what we're going to do here is say timestamp trunk followed at as followed at TS. And if you'll see now what we've done, hold on a second. Let me just do all of them so you can see the difference. I'm going very fast at the moment. I'm sorry if it's too fast. Ah, wait. Postgres timestamp trunk. Is it just date trunk? Maybe it's just date trunk. Might just be date trunk. Might be timestamp trunk. Maybe it's date trunk. I keep forgetting because BigQuery and Postgres have slightly different. Come on. Where is it? Date trunk. Oh, right, it's the other way around. Sorry. So we're going to do second. Again, BigQuery and Postgres are almost the same, but why isn't this working? Is it not the right syntax? Second. Oh, is it not a timestamp? Hold on a second. I thought I saved it as oh, it's varchar. Oh. Whoops. That's my bad. Okay. So what we have now, you can see the difference, is you have 2659, and you see here, the milliseconds have been truncated. Normally. It's anyway on the second, right? But I'm just saying that this has been cleaned to the second. Now, if the seconds don't matter to us, if we say minute is sufficient, we don't care followers per second, then we can reduce another 60 rows per increment. So what we'll have is then basically followers per minute. So you see here, 26. We don't care about the seconds. So it's not rounded or anything, it's just truncated. So we have a generate series, okay? And we have a follower velocity. And what we can do is say, because user followers is not our master anymore, the master is generate series as GS. We do a left join with user followers as UF on UF dot, and this is where things get complicated. If we want to use this truncated version, we actually have to do it here again. It's not possible to do this here, because we don't have access to that down here in the way that SQL works, right? So UF on date trunc minute UF timestamp equals GS dot, what did we call this? Generate series. We should probably name it better as full timestamp. Let's call it full TS. Okay. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. All this UF. Stop cursing. All right, so what happens now is if I do select star from, let's just get rid of this stuff for now. Follower velocity. Oops. This is what we get, okay? We have a ton of timestamps where there's no followers. Easy, no problem. Now we can start to make our windows. So what we do is we say, so GS, which now has just become full timestamp. So we do full timestamp, and we can make windows out of it. We can say, let's say minute is not that important. Let's say, I don't know, what's interesting? Maybe 15-minute intervals or 5-minute intervals. So the way to do this, if you want to group into 5-minute intervals, the easiest way to do this is you basically extract. You have like a timestamp and then you extract it. This is duplicate though. I found this the other day. 2014, that's pretty old. Tried this, did not work as expected. Convert timestamp to epoch, divide by interval desired in minutes, and then round to get the desired interval. So this is what I found the other day. So we have a timestamp, this one, full TS. If we do this to timestamp, I don't like that they lowercase everything, but basically we do to timestamp Oh, sorry, full TS. Essentially what happens is this is your interval. So you have 600 is 10 minutes in seconds. So if we wanted 5 minutes, we would do double that. Is that right? Hold on a second. Sorry, half of that. Half. 300. And if you want to see what this looks like, let's just comment this for the moment. Oh, that didn't work. Code. Comment with line comment. You see, it's all 5-minute intervals. See? So if you do distinct like this, to timestamp, this is like your as time interval, okay? And then you do count distinct. Oh, we need to take all the other information, but that's fine. Count distinct. What was it? ID? We had like an ID in there. From ID, that's the one. As follower count. Okay. Or let's, well, count's not maybe follower gained. Or new followers, for example. It's also possible. Like that. What happens is you have, oh yeah, we have to group by. I can't believe I already forgot group by. Look, I even have a command for this to make sure I have 0. Going to sleep way earlier than usual. Happy charting. Thank you, noob. I appreciate your assistance today. You want to see the final result? So here is the result, okay? We have to order as well. Doesn't look very good. Order by 1. Descending. Okay? So basically, this is tomorrow, okay? So eventually, somewhere here, so since I started my stream, these are where my followers have come in. And these are in 5-minute increments. This gives me like a velocity, right? This tells me like, on average in each 5-minute increment, how many new followers am I gaining? And this could be computed into a kind of velocity score. And so essentially, if for each time interval, I think 5 minutes is a bit short, to be honest. I would probably do 15 minutes. We're gonna increase this to 900, okay? So you see here, 2, 1. For my stream, I would compute all of these. 9,000. That would be 150 minutes, which we might lose the granularity, right? Again, it depends on the activity of your stream, but I think we can use, oh gosh, the spider, that's just creepy. Oh, it really looked like it was going across my screen. Oh, why, Ian? That just freaked me out so bad. I'm not like an arachnophobe or something, but this was... oh, that was really something. So essentially what we can do is compute a kind of score based on that. Something like, you know, like what's the difference between each of the 5-minute intervals? Like you could do difference to the previous. Obviously without a lot of data in here, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. But basically for the start of your stream until the end of your stream, which you don't know what it's going to be yet, basically it would be essentially we would do current timestamp probably. Because that makes the most sense, is basically up until now, essentially. So you see here, this is up until this moment in time. This is my current velocity, is basically 2, 1, 1, which is, obviously it's not a lot of data. My channel is not a very big channel, so there's not a lot to be gained from having an interval that's this small. Maybe we need to go to an interval which is more on, let's say, hourly basis or something like that. So what's interesting is that if we do that, we can actually truncate here onto hour, and we can actually reduce this load on the server as well. So we can say, okay, 1 hour, 1 hour, minute, and if we do here, this is hour, and then here, this is 900, which is 15 minutes. So if we do 6,000, that would be, is that right? 6,000? 600 is 10 minutes, so 6,000 is 1 hour, essentially. No, that's not right. 60 times 6. Oh, it would be 3,600 would be 1 hour. But you can do any range you want, right? So you could say this is follower per hour, right? You could also do it like that. Really depends how you want to do it. So yeah, that's the kind of do analytics part. So if you have this query, okay, let's imagine that we have this query. The generate series stuff is important. The current follower count and pre-stream follower count, essentially what you could do is include those here at each interval and say this is the current follower count up until that point in time. You could do that as well. Let's assume we just had this query for the moment, right? This is your query. So what you do is you take this query and we go back to VS Code. And what we would do is write a function here. So after we've written the follower data, we're going to have another function. And this is going to be called async function. We're going to call this compute follower data. Okay. Good drop. Good drop. Okay. So we have our async function here. And this is going to be let, I don't know what to call this, let, oh, maybe it should be similar to, this one probably, with a try catch. But essentially, we're going to say we have a let, get follower KPI equals, and this is where things get a bit tricky, right? Because you need to have the right syntax. So you need to wrap everything in 2 backticks. Your entire query is going to be wrapped in 2 backticks, like this. And you're going to put your entire query into here. Ooh, that doesn't look very good. Okay, so you're going to put this into here. Probably have to get rid of all the spacing. Okay. So now we have, we can get rid of this for now, I think. Now we have our text query with sufficient spacing, I believe. Yeah. So what we do with this is we write our try catch here, like this one. And That would be here. Pull query, and it's going to call get follower KPI. So get follower KPI, and then I'm going to actually console log here. Maybe I don't need to. And I'm going to return the result, which is, in my case, basically all of the rows. Just to see what did we get. So res.rows. Okay. And if we get an error, we get an error. That's fine. And this function is called compute follower data. So after writing the follower data, where was that? Oh yeah, we have a pool end in the write follower data. We need to take that out. We need to put that, because the pool is still open. We need to put the pool end in here, like this. We need to have a compute follower data, like here, like this. After writing it, we should have a const, let's call it KPI, console log KPI. I'm curious what it outputs. Let's see what happens. Oh, I see. We need to add an await. Probably. Because it didn't finish by the time we did that. There we go. And this is the data we now got. Time interval, this. New followers 1, new followers 0, new followers 3. This is the result of the table we saw before, right? It's the same thing that we had here. It's just now in an object. Sorry, it's an array with 3 rows, 3 items. And this is the perfect point to stop, because the point where you would now take this is you would try to put this into a front end. And that's what I know nothing about. I know absolutely nothing about. So this is like the app.js file, but I don't know how to kind of create the whole front end now behind this. And that's something I'm going to have to do a lot of research about. So yeah, and now you can execute this as many times as you want. It will keep checking for the most recent follower. The most recent one is from 2119, so it doesn't get any new followers, so it doesn't write anything in the database. Perfect. And that's it. Success. Great success. Yeah. That's it. Cool beans indeed, Ian. Cool beans indeed. That went surprisingly smooth, actually. Quite surprised. I didn't think it would be that straightforward. Okay? That was a great SQL lesson. Boss fighter, yeah, it definitely wasn't, it definitely was not a dev lesson. Definitely not. Because, well, I can't teach dev. I can teach SQL, but I cannot teach developer stuff. So let's take a look at who we're going to raid today. I think, the answer is clear. Yeah, the answer is clear. Seeing as we're stuck in the data world, we're gonna go raid a fellow data streamer. Let's say more on the development side, but also very much into data. And that is a man known as Melky. So I hope y'all had a good time today. I appreciate you being here. It's always fun streaming on Twitch, despite what, you know, kind of stuff's happening at the moment. I really look forward to streaming again. It's just something I really enjoy doing. And so that's all for this evening. Hopefully I'll see you again on Friday. I don't know if we'll be continuing, if I'll be ready to make progress into the sort of front end part, but I think we could also do something different. Plenty of things I want to do. So have a good night. Bye-bye.